welcome to week 4 of our learning. We are going to be talking about insects. I know yesterday was your first day learning about insects, so I'm excited to hear what you guys have been learning. I got a lot of pictures and videos yesterday about all of the learning that you've been doing, so that's been super exciting. But today I wanted to read you a story called All About Insects. You are going to get to read this with your mom or your dad or your brother and sister, but if you don't have anybody to read it with, you could also read it with me or just watch this video for fun. So let's read All About Insects. So our title is at the top or the bottom. It's at the top, and let's read it together. All About Insects. And look at what kind of a punctuation mark does it end with? You're right, an exclamation point. How do you know if an animal is an insect? Just count the legs. All insects have 6 legs. Let's count this insect right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does anybody know what kind of an insect this is? Yes, it's a ladybug. It's one of Miss Young's favorite insects, the ladybug. And it has 6 legs. You can see 3 on each side. Fact, spiders are not an insect because they have 8 legs. So, if you think a spider is, it is not. It's actually called an arachnid. It's in a different grouping. So let's count the spider's legs. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All insects have 3 body parts. They have a head, they have a thorax, and they have an abdomen. So here you can see it. Head, thorax is the part behind the head, and abdomen. Let's say those together with Miss Young. Ready? Head, thorax, abdomen. The exoskeleton is the hard covering on an insect to protect it. If you've ever accidentally stepped on an insect or on purpose, you might hear a crunching sound. When you hear that crunching sound, that is your foot crushing this outer part called an exoskeleton. Now we have in our body an internal skeleton. That means it's inside of us. That's for our spine and gives us the ability to move. So we have an internal skeleton, but bugs do not have a skeleton like we have, or bones inside of us. They actually have it on the outside of them, and we call it an exoskeleton because it's on the outside. And that's their hard protective covering. Insects have 2 antennae. They use them for feeling, tasting, and hearing. So it does 3 things. 3 of the senses. We have a nose for smelling, we have ears for hearing, and we have a tongue for tasting. Well, insects are a little bit different. They actually have 2 antennas above them, and they do 3 things. That one part of their body does 3 things: hearing, tasting, and feeling. So it does that, and look, here's the cricket. He also has some. So if it's an insect with 6 legs, it's going to have 2 antennae. Fun fact: some can even smell with their antennas. So sometimes they can do 4 things: smelling, tasting, hearing, and feeling. So feeling also is with our hands. That's pretty amazing what those little body parts can do. Some insects have wings. They use to fly and find food and escape from predators. And remember, a predator is something that's trying to eat them. Fun fact: 90% of the world's animals are insects. That's a big percentage. That's more than any of the animals we have. Some insects live together in colonies like bees and ants. They like to be in a big group called a colony. Some form swarms by coming together to eat or finding a new home like locusts. you see the leaf bug? Do you see a leaf bug? Take a look. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's there. Insects use camouflage to look like their environment so they can hide from their predators. So this leaf bug looks just like the leaf, and he has that special color and design to blend in. And there's lots of different insects that have different means to help them blend in. Another insect that's really fun to look for is called a walking stick, and he looks like he's actually part of a twig. It's hard to find him. So he has camouflage to make him blend in. Many of your moms and dads or grandma and grandpas or uncles, they like to go hunting, and they wear what they call camouflage so that they blend in, and those are greens and browns and black colors so that their clothes blend in when they're hunting for deer and different game. A predator is an animal that eats another animal. So that's what a predator is. Can you spot the insects? So go ahead and look at them and see if you can find all of the insects. Remember, an insect has 6 legs. So let's see, is a bee an insect? Yes. A dragonfly, is that an insect? Yes. A stink bug, is that an insect? He's got 6 legs, yes. What about a fly? Yes. What about a butterfly? Yes. An ant does. Does a worm have 6 legs? No, that is not an insect. What about a spider? Nope, that is not an insect. And a snail, is that an insect? Nope. And look at, what about the walking stick? It also has 6 legs. So let's see how many of these were insects. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 on here that were insects. So here is my challenge for you boys and girls. I would like you to tell your teacher what makes it an insect. It must have 6 legs. And then can you tell your teacher that it's 3 body parts? Remember, it's a head, thorax, and abdomen. So that's my challenge for you today, boys and girls. I can't wait to hear from you. But I also wanted to quickly go over, before we end our story, some of the activities that you have. You're going to get to read this book with me or with your family. And then you are going to write in your bug book. And on my storyboard, you can see the picture. This is the bug book. And you are going to make a sentence and draw a picture of it. I see a what? What kind of insects did you see on your hunt? Or you can look at the word cards that we used yesterday and look at the sentences of how to write those words of insect. It has a picture of the insect and then the word beside it, so you can use those to know how to write it. And then you're going to write below this box, I see a what, and then draw me a picture of the insect that you saw. And then for science, you're going to go on an insect hunt and draw a picture of your findings, which could be this. So you go on an insect hunt and then you can draw a picture of it. Choice time, there's a fun itsy bitsy spider activity page for you to use. Movement, you can make some fun insects outside. You can move your body like these different insects. You can fly like a butterfly, hop like a grasshopper, and different things like that. A calming activity, you can use some Play-Doh and create your favorite insect with the Play-Doh. So I'm excited to see those. And remember, how many legs are you going to put on your insect? That's right, 6. Then there's a math activity, it's called roll and cover. You can make a dice. If you have a dice of your own, you can use your own dice and not make the paper dice. But we put a paper dice in there in case you need it. And then you can, whatever number you roll, you can cover with a button, a pom-pom, a piece of food, a toy, whatever, covering up the numbers that you roll. And then I have fun insect yoga that you can do. It's cosmic yoga. We have a fun bug and roll song for you to enjoy. So lots of fun activities for you today. Hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to see all of your pictures. Bye, friends.